everyone, welcome to the prop trade and welcome to Wednesday. It's midweek. The month end is very quickly approaching. It's the 25th today. I'm going to wrap up my trading for June on Friday. So two full days of trading left to go. All eyes this morning have been on The Hague in the Netherlands, where NATO have been meeting and agreed to up their spending or their target of spending to 5% of GDP. That's a big win for. Let me just switch this other lamp off. That's a big win for President Trump, and he was there as well, getting questioned about the Pentagon's initial reports on questioning his obliteration phrase about the 3 Iranian sites. But the Iranians themselves actually said badly damaged Fordo, not to actually obliterate, but badly damaged. And the Israeli International Atomic Energy Authority have called it inoperable. Anyway, bluster and rhetoric is part of Trump's modus operandi. So anyway, the dollar's a bit firmer this morning. We were long on a couple of few crosses yesterday. We were short Aussie dollar yen, which I've closed out for a 30 pip loss. We are long euro dollar, we're long cable, and we're short again on the Swiss franc. Not a great deal of news today. Second day of testimony from Chair Powell to the. Oops, a minute. That's not connected, is it? Hang on a second. Just realised my headset wasn't connected. Hopefully that's a wee bit better now. Presumably you were picking up the. There we are. You were picking up an echo from the camera. I think I've just realised it wasn't connected, but everything should be okay now. As I was saying, not a great deal of news today. We got new home sales in a minute. We had a further cooling of Australian inflation this morning, which lifted the Aussie a wee bit. Yesterday, Chair Powell is quite a sticky cross-examination. Some very not heated, but some quite agitation in the actually heated is probably a fair comment actually. In the cross-examination, both on the Republican side and the Democratic side. The Democrat members were talking about the housing crisis and these high interest rates not helping ordinary Americans. On the flip side, the Republicans were obviously desperate for these interest rates to come down as well. There was the call from Tim Scott, I noticed across some of the news feeds this morning, talking about lavish expenditure on refurbishing the federal building, which is obviously an ongoing thing they've got to do anyway. But when he used the rhetoric of when ordinary Americans can't put food on the table, the Fed are wasting money on refurbishing their buildings and stuff. I mean, it's all very, very political. But I say, as ever, Powell stayed the course and tread the line, not getting dragged into political comment. But Ren reiterated this idea about a no rush to cut interest rates, despite those comments from Waller and Michelle Bowman about possible looking to cut in as early as July. Both of them, as I said yesterday, both of President Trump appointees to the FOMC, and both of them potential names to replace Mr. Powell when he finishes his term next May. Obviously yesterday's main news we talked about was this big slump in consumer confidence. Tomorrow's unemployment claims will be really interesting. Again, remember, we've had these 3 weeks over 240,000, 250,000. We went to 245,000, last week. See what durable goods looks like. And backward-looking GDP, can't be quite positive tomorrow, but say today, what Powell's got to say. And it'd be interesting to see as well in 10 minutes what this new home sales number looks like. Under 700,000 is expected. So if we take the if we take the forecast on the actuals, take the forecast. Take the forecasts off. the new home sales have been quite robust. And to be honest, anything over this 550,000, this line here, can you see the chart there? Anything really over that line, it's always been my line in the sand about a relatively strong US economy. And you can see there 2023, 2024, and all 2025 been way over that 550,000. We spiked to 800,000, 76,000 here in July a couple of years ago, but we're coming back under 700,000. But if we hold over 700,000, that's showing the robustness of the US and the resilience of the US economy, the resilience of the US consumer. Those that have got jobs are still getting relatively well paid, although there's these fractures in the softening and the cooling of the US economy as well. And some of the real data, it's just the sentiment data that sort of collapsed and fell off a cliff. So things are still looking okay in America, to be honest. So let's see what this sub 700,000 number looks like if we get it in 10 minutes time. I say, and Powell will be having more of the same filibuster about trying to stick to this idea and no rush to cut rates, and sticking to his data dependency. It's just the data, is showing bits of cracks, but that's all, to be honest. So you really sort of explains what we had yesterday. Yesterday we had a record close for the NASDAQ 100. Where's the NASDAQ? Here it is. All-time high, smashing through that 22,000 level yesterday, with the derivative market here on our platform here is trading at 22,280. So we remain bid, as we've been saying all the time. This key 20-day moving average has kept us the right side of the move up. Looked like a bit of panic earlier on this week as we went down to 21,800, but a strong Monday, strong Tuesday, and we're up again here on Wednesday. Same across the board, really. Yesterday's stock market closed positive. There's always talk about robo-taxis leading Tesla, but Tesla was down a bit. Yes, I think it bounced up a bit today. Big movers today is the FedEx on the miss in their earnings. And there was a plethora of moves for AMD and NVIDIA. NVIDIA got an upgrade. They were up earlier. They were only up 1.73%. They were up nearly 2% earlier. So we are just 25 minutes into trading. Robinhood's up 2% and AMD, obviously in the same category with NVIDIA, up 2%. Google's plus 2%, and Coinbase up nearly 5%. So far today, but yeah, we're all in the green. The Dow slipped 48 points. Let's go to the Dow from yesterday's close, but it's still a strong day. The key thing here for our chart here is that we're through the 43,000 level. We talked about all these levels yesterday, so through the 43,000 level and holding it. The S&P is down 10 points, but we are over the cash market is over 6,100. The derivative is right on the 6,100 level. So it's the key area. Remember, Arura was talking about yesterday being a key turning point for him. I think still, this remains bid as far as I can see for now. I'm not going to upset, years of trend following. We got to these new highs. That's the line in the sand, 6135, this intraday high here, 22nd of February, which is the high that the S&P got, interestingly, before we collapsed into this April 8th and 9th low at 4,800 post April the 2nd. Obviously, we've got July the 4th coming up. Not only is it a big holiday, but it's it's the day the Americans and the Republicans were talking about getting this big, beautiful tax bill through. That's just around the corner. It's next week, isn't it? We got the trade tariffs clicking in, and now that the NATO summit's out of the way, the GDP summit's out of the way, all attention may be back now to tariff talk and what has gone on in the sidelines in NATO between Trump and his other leaders there. We shall see. But remember, Europe still has a potential 20% tariff looming. So the UK have got an outline agreement. The Canadians stood up to him a bit more than the UK did, and but they've still got these steel and aluminium tariffs to deal with at 25%. So stocks have shook all of that off. and remain bid so far this week, Monday, Tuesday, and now Wednesday, higher in the S&P 500. We did NASDAQ, we did the S&P, the DAX 23,500. Again, another one's up for the week, but down today. It's pivoting through its 20-day moving average. So, we could put a little screaming out for a little fib on that leg there, I think. Upside target from that low last week. First fib is where we're stalling the 38.21 there at 23,800. The 50% sits at 23,900, and then the key 60. Where's the 61 gone? 61's here. So that is the 61. 23,976. The 50 is 23,750. So they're clustering quite tightly together. So we've got a bit of a if we zoom that up, we've got a bit of a resistance area. If we zoom down at the 4-hour time frame and recalibrate that, there we are. We can see we've ran to the 50. In fact, this morning we ran to the 50. Strong day yesterday. I'm back to the 38 now. So yeah, we're in this range, and now we're back under the 38. So here on the 4-hour time frame. So perhaps this is where it's course, but we'll see. Really like to see it over 23,950. The 50 is held at 23,600 on the DAX. See how all that pans out. Elsewhere, the MACD is rolling over here on the 4-hour time frame. RSI has moved up and then rolling down. So the DAX is rolled over as the summit comes to an end. On the daily time frame, we've had 3 good days: Friday, Tuesday, Monday, and we're down a bit today. So see if we hold around this first fib level of this last leg down here, and see where we go. 50-day is held, and the key 20-day runs right through today's price action and right on that 38.2 Fibonacci level at 23,600 on the DAX. That's the DAX for you. I know you're probably not big DAX traders. Some that I do on an intraday basis. Gold, where are we? 1 minute to go. Gold continues to found support at the 3,300 level yesterday. Remember we were talking about yesterday, we'd rammed right into 3,000. Didn't really want to go below that. So as we suggested yesterday, as we thought, big support of these round numbers, 3,300. But the weakness continues. We closed right on the 50-day moving average. We are sort of compressing here. So gold down Monday, bigger move on Tuesday. Quite often has some big moves on Tuesdays, gold. And we're down again today. Interestingly, here under the 50-day moving average, we haven't been over it for much today. If we go down the time frames again on gold, 4-hour, 50-hour is up there at 33.73. The 20 period on the 4 hours at 33.42. So we've been looping lower from this rejection of from the panic of the Israeli attack on Iran last Friday. So we've been moving lower, but we're off the lows. There we go. It's nicely demonstrated there on that more or less tweezer bottom there on that 4-hour candle. Bounced up into the 9 period, but then we've been back down. So we've given up that last leg. So really, we want to break. If gold is going to go high, we really need, in the short term, we really need to break 33.40 on the 4-hour, and even shorter time frame on the intraday today. We need to get back over 33.25. So we remain short gold here on an intraday basis on the daily, the 4-hour, and the 1-hour basis, but with big support on perhaps buying down here at 3,300. Silver 35.82. So it's, again, another one sliding sideways and off its lows from yesterday. Similar pattern. This time into the 50 period moving average here on the 1-hour, and then down. We look at the 4-hour. Still remains well capped by its 20 period moving average moving lower. So we're getting lower lows, lower highs, still trending lower. Silver buyers at 35.35 yesterday. Let's flick back to the calendar, see what these new home sales are like. That's quite a big plunge, isn't it? 623,000. So was certainly under the 700,000 handle. Last week's was revised lower as well, or last month I should say was revised lower from 743 to 722. So it's an extra 25,000 off, or 20,000 off there. So again, if we go back to our chart, obviously this hasn't updated. I might do. I'll click it again. New home sales. There we are. A big miss at 623. So that gives more fuel to the fire. Data is softening. It's quite a significant slump. It's just above November's 600,000 level. So it's quite a significant decline. So these high interest rates might be biting. Perhaps the Senate committee will come back to housing again today. It was something they pushed him on yesterday, so that's quite a significant miss. 660,000, 61,000, and a near 10% miss for new home sales. As we saw there yesterday, the pending home sales. You see that pending home sales data on. Sorry, no, it's tomorrow, isn't it? Pending home sales. Sorry, it's new home sales and pending home sales are tomorrow. So that on Thursday. So that brings in, it's tomorrow, isn't it? That brings in housing very much into focus, and there'll be more questions for Mr. Powell about that undoubtedly. So that's quite a significant miss. That actually is perhaps enough to move the dollar. So let's have a quick look at the euro on the short term. So 116, we're back up again. So look at that. Yeah, so we are back and holding over 116, 116.05, 116.06. We're still not actually back to our entry level yesterday. It's where we got in yesterday, 116.09. But dollar weakening on that weaker housing number. Sterling, 136.15. Again, we're just back over our entry from yesterday. Let's just go through all these ones we've got open. If you're interested, if you're not interested, that was our entry yesterday on yesterday's close. We've got a target up here at 136.73. Our stop loss currently is down here. It says the 4th, actually, so the 24th, obviously. 135.57 is our stop loss, just under 130. Sorry, I'm talking about that's. No, isn't it? It's one. It's that one, 134.78. It's that orange one there. Sorry, there's so many lines on here. So anyway, we're long cable. We're long euro dollar. These are live positions I've got on my trading platform. We were short dollar yen. We've closed it out. I moved all these down into units in there. I closed it out this morning for a when the dollar was peaking up for a 30 pip loss of 29.7 loss on that one. But it's obviously where did we get out? We got out at 145.17. We're currently at 145.72. So it's quite sure we moved this morning. There was a bit of a high pitched move there. Just as the data's out and Powell is starting to speak, I'll just put him up on my platform here. We've got there's a Powell. Sorry, Powell, not Powell, but Trump. Trump's Powell. He's speaking at the NATO summit. He's probably going to get not speaking, but it's press conference. Looks like he's reading the statement out. They were very. He's obviously answering questions. I'll watch that later. But flanked by Rubio and Hesketh. Oh no, it's the Danish Prime Minister, isn't he? He's got Rubio on his left and the Danish Prime Minister on his right. So Trump is speaking, Powell is speaking. All things are going on. Dollar, as you can see, let's just use the yen as an example, is weaker on the is weaker on the data, and nothing yet that Powell or Trump saying might have impacted that. I doubt it. I think that's that weak new home sales has pulled the dollar down today. So 145.70 at the moment, but it's had a good, here the 5 minutes, it's had a good run this afternoon, certainly, and out on the data. So, if you're trading that on that 5 minutes, it's been a nice old steady run. Swissy 80.65 again. Again, if I pull this up to the hourly chart, you can see the positions. This is our. We've got two open. We've got half a position open from the 23rd. We opened a new one last night at these lows. Looked a bit squeaky for me, but the system said go, so I went go. My target is 80. 80. If we actually, when I looked at it yesterday, we haven't been down at 80. If I go to the weekly chart, you can see we haven't been down here for a very long time. We haven't been down here since the 21st of April, and that was that intraday, the initial reaction to the sorry, you can't see that very well, can you? This spike here takes me to 80 here, and we haven't been. In fact, we haven't been down there. It's under this 80.35, so that's what it was. Still 35 pips beyond where we've been for a very, very long time. So it looked a bit ambitious, but the system said that. Trust my system implicitly. So we may be looking for new multi-year lows for dollar Swiss if that target gets hit. I may be twitched out of that before the end of the month and close that, whether it's in the money or out of the money. To be honest, because that looks a bit ambitious before month end. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We're currently out of the money a little bit. The second half of the trade from the 23rd is still in the money, and I've pulled the just bring that to the hourly chart. You see that a bit better. I've pulled the stop loss now down to this 50-hour moving average here, just above the first target that we got earlier this week. I might pull that down again. I was thinking of closing this out as it spiked up earlier. It's been moving up all day, but it's rolled over on that data. So I'll see what Trump says, see what Powell says, how that's going to affect the dollar as we run into the end of the US trading, and I'll update you on that. So we're still a short and a half, if you like, for the Swissy still. We're short, long euro dollar and long pound dollar. Other trades we have open at the moment. Let me just have a look at this just to bring them over here. We can go through this because it's a relatively quiet day. Major crosses. So other half position that's still open is the pound Oz. Hang on a minute, has that been? And we were this is long, isn't it? So it's our stop loss. So again, it's moved up today. So I might actually drag the stop loss up even higher. We've moved this morning to 209.51. I might drag that back to target. That's that's only the hourly candle. If you look at the 4-hour candle. Still I might pull that up later on, but that's where our current stop loss is at 209.27. That was our entry. So the second half is definitely making money. It's just how much it makes. The first half made something like 30 odd pips or 40 pips. I don't know what it was, but we're in the money on that one. So we can't lose on that one because of where the stop losses save a massive spike and slippage, which would take us all the way through that, which would be a bit unusual. Aussie CAD was another one we were in this morning, and that's still bubbling along. This is our entry yesterday on this spike down. We got in at 88.95. Our target is at 89.40. Stop loss at 88.67 down here. Again, might be looking to pull the stop loss up above this 50 on even into the entry level potentially. We'll see because we had that spike earlier on the close of the market yesterday. So we'll see. Not get too close on that. So that one's still another one. Aussie CAD in the money. Euro Swiss was a short. It's been an odd one, and there we go. I don't know if I've put the top. These are old ones, aren't they? These levels, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure where that looks like. That's I put it on this chart. Sorry, we'd have got in. Euro Swiss is an entry at 93.46. Let's just put that on. 93.46. That can't be right. Why was it? It was at 10 o'clock last night. Around about here. Was it 9 o'clock? That can't be right. Euro. Oh, it's euro pound. That's why you fool. That's why it's See, these are the things you make. These are the mistakes you make, my friends. Guys, any Jatin, hi. Anything you want me to have a look at, Jatin? Let me know. I'm just running through my open trades from the Discord group, and I've just brought up Euro Pound. I meant to bring up Euro Swiss, but that's the nature of my eyes and Euro Swiss. There we are. There we are. We did have an entry. So this one's out of the money. Euro Swiss. That was the one out. It was a bit. Fundamentally. Fundamentally, I follow the rules of my system, and I trade every trade that gets given to me. I don't question it anymore. Years ago, I would have questioned it a bit more, thought about it more, but this looked a bit iffy to me yesterday. But I took it anyway. It was sort of in the money here at 8 o'clock this morning when I was looking at it. 7 and 8 o'clock was when I first looked, and it's gone against us ever since. And it's actually over the 20-hour moving average, but it doesn't really want to move any higher above 93.50 zone. If I look at the 4-hour, this is still looking quite okay. You know, the 20 is all the way up there, although we have been through the 5 and we've tested the 9. So again, another one just to protect month end. It's not one that really moves around. It's not really a trending asset. I mean, look at it. This is what it does all the time. Euros is one of the most sort of fixed range assets of all. So it's not one I really trade a lot, and I've made many pips out over the years. But anyway, it's open. We're out of the money. The euro, we saw we're out of the money on that. Dollar Swiss, we said we're in the money and out of the money on that one. And sterling was the other one. We're out of the money a little bit on that, but it's come back into our favor. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full value trades, i.e. full risk trades open, and 2 half trades open, the dollar Swiss and the pound Aussie. Update you all later. Jatin, anything you want to have a look at? I say, let me know. Let's just go through other assets. Indices, I say, NASDAQ hit all-time highs yesterday, and they're looking positive still this morning. Trump's been very hawkish, as you might expect. And Iran won't get access to nuclear materials. You don't know how much he's moved, does he? But it depends what his intelligence is. Yeah. This how that sort of finishes. Indexes up. Gold, energies. That's the oil market that's collapsed on the news. So there's a great example there. This worry on Friday. $78 plus was hit, and here we are all the way back down here to the $66 level. So a big retrace on the oil market. It looked like the move was holding, but again, the techies will be out, or where's the low on here? Well, remember we went to $55 not that long ago, beginning of May, just over a month or so ago. We went to $78. So very crude. Well, we've already done it, haven't we? That was the extension to the upside. We were looking to 82. It didn't happen. $80 didn't happen. So that leg now is in play as that top has been formed. And we've already come through the 50%. So we've already given back 50% of the move up from $55 at $65. Next big line in the sand is at 61.8 fib. You can see there on that green line, which coincides not only with the 50-day moving average here, but the $64 level. So $64, big support area. As you can see here, it's provided resistance to the upside during spring and early summer. So that's now our support area, $64, as we've crashed through $65 at the moment. From a fib point of view, I do like a good old fib, and that I'm not necessarily. I'm going to delete that. It's not necessarily not in play anymore, but it's that upside target of 82 hasn't happened. Huge turnaround, and a lot of it is obviously to do with the geopolitics of things. But we are now. Trend was up. I mean, if you'd still been long this, depends how tight your stop loss was, but big old. I got a big old signal actually on the 23rd. I didn't take that trade to short the oil position, both on the UK and US oil. I didn't actually take that trade. It would obviously be nicely in the money if I did, but it's just a bit too volatile for my liking. and where we go from here. It'll be interesting to click up the Trump press conference. I'm just watching it here, and headlines on Bloomberg on the internet here on YouTube. Trump says he thinks Israel-Iran war is over. Netanyahu sort of talked as much yesterday. Victory for Israel. He was chatting it yesterday. Personally, for what it's worth, I don't think Netanyahu will let this lie, and I don't think Iranians will. Let it lie. There will be a breach of this ceasefire. I'm pretty sure. I'm fairly sure, pretty confident, and each side will blame the other. How significant it is, how much of it is reported, who knows? But you know, the West, if it wants regime change in Iran, it needs to do it quietly. Otherwise, it plays into the hands of obviously the Russians and the Chinese when it comes to places like Ukraine and Taiwan. So a very delicate situation. A very robust and hawkish president, doesn't really look at the detail, but loves the rhetoric, loves the headline, loves the attention, and the ego being rubbed. Perhaps isn't the best combination of things, but you know, he's getting things done, his supporters would say. So all eyes now back to the economy, back to the tax bill, back to the trade deals, back to the tariffs for now. But who knows? Who knows what might come up? Anything could come up in the foreseeable future. And finally, crypto, Bitcoin, 107,500. So again, the bid it's had from Monday, this test under 100,000 we had on Sunday has been bought up on Monday. Strong 3-candle pattern. Looks like there's some more legs in that. Triggering above its 20 and 50-day moving average yesterday on close, as we closed at 106 yesterday, and now we're at 107,500. So that's moving higher and again out of its range. And we've now got these down channels. We've now got these parallel up lines as well. So it's looking good for perhaps a test of these new all-time highs again. And who knows what lies in store for the crypto world. So there we go. I'm going to wrap this up. It's very, very hot here in well, it's hot for London. It's hot in my little office here. But if nobody's got any requests, we'll have a look. We'll see you all again tomorrow, Thursday. Heavy data day. See what the oil inventories look like. There was a big miss, big drawdown there on the private inventories, the API, the American Petroleum Institute weekly crude inventories yesterday. The official Cushing ones, the EIA numbers later on today, and that new home sales, that was a quite significant miss, wasn't it? If I just so there's a bit more detail on our calendar here, but it's gone back to it's gone back to everybody. Trying to mark this calendar. Wednesday, where are we? I'm not interested in new car registrations in France or foreign direct investment in Brazil, with all due respect to our Brazilian friends. New home sales, 623,000, big miss, big decline over 100,000 from last time when we were at 742,000. So we're coming at 640. It might be revised up or down, probably down the way things are feeling, isn't it? Huge minus 13.7 decline for new home sales. Let's have a look what pending home sales are like tomorrow and existing home sales. And I'm sure as we speak, Chair Powell is being quizzed about the housing situation as well, and this data dependence, no rush to cut rates mantra that he is sticking to, and his leaders of the Fed are sticking to, even if some of the members of the FOMC, whether they're jostling for position and support from the president to get the job next May. Who knows? But certainly some people that were pretty dovish are now very hawkish. Kashkari, Bowman, and Chris Waller. So see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be live. Lots going on. We got GDP, durable goods, the weekly claims, and obviously the continuing claims tomorrow. So we'll be earlier tomorrow, the 1:30 my time, 12:30 GMT. Here we are. All of this to come tomorrow. So let's see if we get a new all-time high today on the stock markets. We did for the Nasdaq 100 yesterday. As the S&P, going to give it a go. Good day for crypto. Not a great day for gold. Bulls gold is down, and indexes remain moving to the upside. We just slipped under 6,100 here, but fairly still plenty of the day in America to go. So see you all tomorrow. Take care, trade carefully, and as ever, may the pips be with you. If you're not with us, why not? This question would really be the thing to say. Come and join us. There's discounts available for both new traders and existing traders. If you're on our Discord group, which is where all the chatter takes place, all the questions get answered. I put all the end of day trades I put on. Guys, if you want me to put different, did I not send that out? I didn't send that out. I forgot to send that out before. Here, this is the general chat on for our prop trade group. I mean, lots of different people on here. Obviously, I update my positions here as well. The best place, though, if you want to follow what I'm doing, is the trading strategies, and that definitely gets updated all the time. And what we're doing. These were the long trades from last night. But yeah, general chat. If you come on here, Discord 20 gets you. If you've already had an account and you'd like another account, or you you've used a new. So if you're new to us, you can get a 25% discount. So new 25 gets you let's say 50,000. I want a standard account. And I'm going to apply it, and there we are. That's my 25% discount. If you're already had an account, some people have been asking about that today. Discord 20. If you've got a Discord, if you've joined us on the Discord group, and there's a few thousand of us on our Discord channel, you get a 20% discount. So, sorry, there we are. You get a 20% discount. So that'll make a 50,000, huge amount, 50,000, 10,000. You know, it's a bit more manageable for many people. Only less than $70. But you know, you want to be in these levels. You want these 25 or 50,000 levels, in my humble opinion, for what it's worth. So find yourself a few $100s, and you can get a £25,000 worth of equipment if you've equity if you've traded with us before, or if you want a second account. $140 gives you 25,000, 50,000. You need 270. Okay, so come and join us. Give it a go. Keep your, I say here on the 8% target, 5% on the second leg, 10% max loss on your trading. That's good, consistent, stable, disciplined, patient trading. These sort of drawdowns get you to the funded account level. You've got 50,000 funds to play with. 80% of your profits can be withdrawn every Friday. Some are over $100 every Friday in crypto at the moment into your account, into your wallet from a standard account. If you want to go pro, some do. That takes you tighter setup. Obviously, costs are a bit higher, but 90% of your winnings go to you. So you can see 156 for a pro, 50,000 is 284. So not much difference, to be honest, is it? It's just the trading is the same, isn't it? The targets are a bit tighter, but there's no swaps. You trade over the weekend. News trading's allowed with certain of our accounts. Here you can see on the pro account we trade news, whether it's red, orange, or green. Somebody's asking about the red, orange, and yellow flags. So trade over the weekend as well, and keep your account active for 3 days. In 3 days you can do that. If you're in that much of a rush, that's not my style, but I know a lot of you are swing traders and scalpers. More importantly, you can do that in 3 days if you've got a system that works for you. So come and earn some real money. Okay, take care, everyone. I'll see you all tomorrow for the GDP, durable goods, and the week claims. All the best, everyone. Off to watch Powell and listen to Trump in fine stereo. Take care, everyone. All the best. Bye-bye. Jatin, if you're still here, I've just seen your question here. Sorry, I trade mostly the Forex markets, all the major dollar crosses, and oil, gold, and the major indexes. I have a system that scans about 40 or 50. I think it's 40 assets when it triggers at the end of the day. If I'm scalping on an intraday basis, I like the indexes, I like the DAX, I like gold, and I like the Dow. They're the three, and obviously NASDAQ 100 as well on a 2 minute, 1 minute scalping phrase. So hope that made sense. Okay, so it's what works for you, my friend. You know, if you've got a small account or you're new to trading, you know, stick to one thing, whether it's gold or indexes. Or the euro. Euro is not a great mover, to be honest, but it's the most liquid, and it's there's most people are trading it, so there's most tighter spreads and things. But find something that works for you, whether it's trading off daily time frames like I do most of the time, or you know, my other extreme, as I say, is trading something like not the S&P, but the DAX on a 2 minute setup, 2 or 5 minute setup on an intraday basis. So I like to trade this. So this would have been short this morning, early doors on. This is the open, 8 o'clock there. So it's been short all day, this. And now we're just in a bit of a consolidation mode. So you know, currently it would have been short here, down, 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 out here, short here, in fact, in there. And it's really just waiting for see what's happening now. But you know, we're coming to the end of the end of the month, end of the day, the cash day as well in Germany. So see what happens with this range, because it's just been chopping about. But short, long, short, short currently here, and obviously plotted a new low of the day earlier, 23,490 under the again psychological 23,500 level. So it's yeah, find something that works for you, Jesse, my friend. Okay, see you all tomorrow, guys. Take care. Bye bye.